In this video, I start our journey with a pork pie, but where from, do you think? Elizabeth looking cool as ever. And then we get on a regional Aer Lingus plane and fly to Dublin, where of course I have one of those, before going through US pre-clearance and a 10-hour flight on our Aer Lingus, and then arriving in Las Vegas with no formalities at all, and then pick up a car and hit the streets, and then go get supplies in Walmart, before finding in and out, inevitably, for one of those, a double-double, and then our hotel for some sleep before the fun begins. Well, hello, Scott here, welcome back to the channel, and welcome to a series of videos that we're doing on our trip to Las Vegas and Arizona. Well, of course, all my adventures start the night before at the Devonshire Tap House, Harrogate's finest establishment. And then the next morning, Skipton Road, Harrogate, quite cold, but and dark, as you can see, to Leeds Bradford Airport. And we're flying Aer Lingus today. Now, Aer Lingus have just started flying to Las Vegas from Dublin. There we go, that's the answer to the first question. My pie is from J.E. Audsley's, and I make a bit of a pig of myself trying to do it there one-handed. Very nice pie. I've been a bit nasty about Audley's. They do some very nice pies. And there we go. So very small. I think it's an ATR 72 is the type of plane. And that's a little view of all the work that's going on at Leeds Bradford Airport. It'll be much better in a few years' time. A 2x2 configuration operated by Emerald Airlines there. They are the franchisee. And this is what we did to start with. So it was leaving Leeds at about 9:15 in the morning, was slightly delayed. So accompanied with a little bit of Irish music. Let's have a look at our approach and arrival at Dublin Airport, which surprised me. It's a surprisingly large airport with a surprisingly large number of foreign flag carriers. Real bustling place. 2 terminals. We arrived at Terminal 2, which is essentially it's the Aer Lingus terminal, but it's also the terminal where they've got US pre-clearance. More about that in a little while. Now, I'm going to put up a link to another video I've done, which is focusing on directly the flight from Dublin to Las Vegas. So I'm not going to do very much of that here, so go and have a little look at that if you want to know more about that particular flight. This is more of a generic travel day to Las Vegas, including the connections and everything we got up to at Dublin Airport, and then our arrival in Las Vegas. It's the first of 6 videos, and there'll be I'll show you towards the end of this video what we're going to be getting up to, and then the final video, number 6, that'll be more my reflections on the trip, and also I'll go through in some detail the costs incurred, so flight, hotels, car, everything, not just that, but how expensive eating is, the basics in America, something similar to that, petrol, etc. So I'll go through all of that at the on video 6. But this is video 1, and this is the arrival into Dublin. And as I said, a real bustling place. We arrived inevitably with a plane of that size at a bus gate. Not the most organised airport I've ever seen in my life, it has to be said. On the bus, took a little bit of a bit of time to find someone to drive the bus, drive us to the terminal, but then got there almost like you're going in the back entrance. There's Elizabeth, and we're going up into Terminal 2. And that's the pier that we're about to, in sort of 5 hours' time, it was a 5-hour layover. That's the pier that we're going to fly out of, and that is Flight Connections. We've just come from there, and we're about to turn right again to show our passport. And that is the central area, where there are a number of places to have something to eat. And that's exactly what we did. And I'll show you what we ate in a moment. The obligatory Starbucks there. And the information screen, the stripy bit on the right, that shows you the pre-clearance destinations. Plenty of places to have something to eat or buy something. Now, my question for you, first question, I'll tell you before we leave Dublin, how much is a pint of Guinness at Dublin Airport? How much do you think it might be? And I'll show you that before we take off for Las Vegas. Even the Burger King serves Guinness. That's what we had. I had a macaroni and cheese. Liz wasn't that hungry. She just had some chips and a Sprite. I thought the Sprite was quite expensive. It was about €3, that was, for like half a pint. And looking out over the main pier, a number of Aer Lingus planes, as well as some American. There's a BA there on its way to London, I think. And I believe pre-clearance flights, people go on the ground floor there, and others on upper floors. So the information screen there, as you can see, that shows or tells you when you have to go through US pre-clearance, which is essentially, if you don't know, it's where you clear US immigration and customs before you leave Dublin Airport, and that's exactly where we're going now. So you follow the signs for US pre-clearance, and then follow the US flags, and you go downstairs and enter the US operated facility. Now, the advantage of pre-clearance is that you clear all of the formalities in Dublin, so therefore when you arrive in the US, you do so as a domestic passenger. So once you've shown your boarding pass and go through security, which is equivalent to the TSA standard, the American standard, you then go through passport control with American border guards that are based in Dublin. And I've taken a bit of a screenshot here of the website of the Department of Homeland Security. It tells you a little bit about US pre-clearance, where it is operated, which is essentially Canada, the Caribbean, Ireland, and Abu Dhabi. And there's a bit more information there should you want it. One point to make is that if you do want duty-free, make sure you do it before you go through pre-clearance. You can't do it afterwards. There are no duty-free facilities beyond there. As you can see, there are some restaurants and bars and that sort of thing, so you can have something to eat, bite to eat, have a drink before you leave, but that's pretty much it. This pier is on a number of levels, but if you've been through pre-clearance, you can't go upstairs. Passengers not going to the US will be on the pier above, and they use the same jetties there for obviously to get onto the planes. So this is the gate, waiting to go to Las Vegas. Always a nice time. Now, let's go back to a question I asked earlier. How much is a pint of Guinness at Dublin Airport? And I was surprised, €6.95, which is the equivalent of £5.80, which I think is pretty good. Dublin has a reputation of being quite a good value airport, apparently. So on the plane, 10 hours across the Atlantic. As I said, there is a separate video about this. There's the leg room, which was okay, really. That's a nice view over Greenland as we made good time across the Atlantic. It was 1 minute under 10 hours, the total flight time. I would recommend Aer Lingus. They go to a number of different places from Dublin, and yeah, it was fine. You got to pay for your drinks, but that was fine. About €7 for a glass of wine. Arrival in Las Vegas. There we go. 10 hours later, and always an exciting time to be touching down at the Harry Reid International Airport. We were towards the back of the plane, and again, it felt very wrong to arrive at the airport after 10 hours and not go through passport control. So just arriving there at the D gate, getting on the little tram, and then over to Terminal 3 to pick up our luggage, and then the rent-a-car centre has a shuttle bus that stops at Terminal 3 as well as Terminal 1, of course. And this time this is a bit of old footage I've got. At the Consolidated Car Rental Centre, the holiday before last, we were Alamo. We were actually dollar this time, but it was fine. So a little bit of a bit of information as to where the car rental centre is. It is south of the airport, as you can see, and it's quite easy to get to the Strip from there. So out of the car rental centre, you take one right turn and then drive half a mile on Warm Springs Road, and then another right turn onto the Las Vegas Strip. You'll start to see the hotels here, Mandalay Bay, etc. will be ahead of you. And then you can carry on the Strip if that's where you want to go, or there's the Interstate 215 if you're going elsewhere. And we weren't on the Strip. We drove out of the car rental centre, which is on a number of different levels, and then we went on Warm Springs Road, but the opposite direction towards Henderson. This is where we're staying, and I'll tell you a little bit about what we're doing for this holiday now. So staying for the first 4 nights at the Sunset Station Hotel and Casino, 4 nights there, one of which is comped, good deal on the others. East of the Strip, a nice little area, as I will show you on the next video. And then after that, after 4 nights, a road trip, and we're going out first of all to Lake Havasu via Kingman, Arizona, and then to Laughlin. So 1 night in Lake Havasu, which is where London Bridge is now residing, at the Arizona retirement home that it has now got on the Colorado River. After that, we're going to Laughlin, Nevada, a lovely place that we spend time in every single year pretty much, and we've got 3 nights there complimentary at Aquarius, which is a very enjoyable resort that I've been going to really for the last 12 years or so. After that, back on the road and travelling back to Las Vegas, and for something very new, a place we've never stayed before, South Point, which is again south of the Strip. Bit of footage from the internet there. Not sure what that place is like. 4 nights there, looking forward to seeing it. And again, position-wise, it is south of the Strip. So the first of 4 room tours, and this is the Sunset Station Hotel and Casino. Just going to show you the room. For now, I'll show you what it's like downstairs on the next video. We were pretty tired by this point. 2 queen beds, which is absolutely fine. One of us can escape to the other bed if the other one is snoring too much. Decent bathroom. Probably bathroom could do with a little bit of a refit, if I'm honest, but spotlessly clean, and sort of a standard American hotel type bathroom, as you can see. Small tub there, very nice shower. There's me in the mirror. Didn't have a safe, which was a little bit disappointing, but that's fine. So I'll show you a bit of gambling. Skip forward to 18 minutes and 10 seconds if you don't want to see the gambling. But let's have a look. This is Moolah, and as you can see, this is a bonus. $7.90, one on the trigger, and 30 free spins. It's given me Blast, which increases the number of free spins, and the upshot is I've got 100 free plays. Now, unfortunately, I needed to go to the loo, so it was a little bit excruciating, but still good fun. So how this game works, essentially, is if you look on the left-hand side there, you need 3 symbols to match. And if they do, and the cows there are wild figures, if they do match, then the game sort of re-triggers itself. And if you have 4 matches in a row, then you get a bonus. And this is a pretty good one, as you can see. Now look at that blue thing that says Invader's Blast that comes over. That's going to be quite significant in a moment. There we go. A bit more detail. And in a moment, that's going to be quite significant because it's going to push some of those jackpot blasts across on the Invaders in the top left, or now the bottom left. There we go. Look at all that. And that is a very, very good screen indeed, and gave me about $36, I think, as extra. Oh, sorry, $33 win and another re-trigger. So I got an extra 7 spins, which is pretty good. And I'm not gonna put you through the entire thing here. It was a 20-minute bonus that I got, but I've edited it down to about 7 minutes just with all the juicy stuff. So you'll see it here. And one of the features of this bonus is that one of the characters throws something up at the cows in the spaceships. Yes, you heard that right. The cows in the spaceships, and then that gives you extra wild features, but only occasionally. So every time, and I'll talk you through it. So you can see, so those cows are wild there. There we go. More wild cows coming down. So that's 2 wins. That's 3 in a row. So if I get a 4th one, it'll give me a bonus. No, it didn't. Okay. So the dog throws his bowl up. A wild cow will then come down. And yep, that's a minor win. And well, that's a very good win. Notice how all of those wild cows there are making quite a good screen. And there again. And as you can see, it goes right over there to the 5th reel. So that's a nice little win, that is. And as you see, that I've got 10 free spins coming on top of what I've already got. And there we go. 15 free spins. There we go. So 15 more free spins are added. So I've now got a total of 92 spins left. And I've won 82... I said pounds there. It was $82, obviously. Not pounds. There we go. Another free cow coming in. And another one, so that's 2. And no, okay, so it goes back on itself. And each time you get 3 in a row, it sort of cascades down. So some free cows coming in here, they're over the right hand side, so that's not going to be as good. No, okay. The dog throws his bowl up. And you really want that wild figure to be as far to the left as you can have it, so it's got a better chance then of forming a cluster of 3. So look at that, that's a nice little win. That's a 2. 3. Okay, so if we get 4th one now, it'll be another re-trigger. Yes, there it is, that's a re-trigger. So 7 free spins. So the 7... Oh, there's actually 10 free spins. So 10 more free plays are added on. And there we go. So a total now is £104.94, and there's still 52 spins left. So doing pretty well. I was Bizarrely, even though I did want to go to the loo, I had ordered an extra wine by this point, so that was on the way. As you can see, there's a bottle of water there as well. They just bring, of course, free drinks in Las Vegas if you're sat at the machine playing. Some of the more cutting edge, you can see, okay, so is this another bonus? Let's have a look. Oh, is it gonna? Yes, there we go. So that's 10 free spins, look. And are we gonna get another one? Yes, look at that, that's another nice one. 15 free spins to add on. And let's see what this becomes. Is there another one? No, it was left at that. So that takes me up to $124.85 and still have 65 spins left. And as I was saying, that they do bring free drinks, of course, in Las Vegas. And I always tip $2. I used to tip $1, but probably about 3 or 4 years ago, I thought, no, this not be too cheap. Another re-trigger. There we go. 4 more free space. So I upped it to $2 a drink. I tip, and I think there's still the majority of people still do $1. So it's actually quite a good thing to be someone who tips $2 because they just come back to you more regularly. Because clearly there's a better chance of getting more money if you go to the person that's tipping $2 rather than the person that's tipping $1. You can ask for whatever you want. Not every craft beer is going to be available on the casino floor. There will be a range. I drink wine when I'm gambling, so there's usually a choice of Merlot or Cabernet, or usually a couple or three choices of red wine that I can have, and it's all very good. I always ask for a bottle of water as well because it is just to keep myself hydrated, and I don't want to drink all that wine. I've got something else to drink, the water, rather than supping wine all night, which is probably not as good for me. So coming to the end-ish now of this bonus. As I said, it was about a 20-minute bonus. We didn't quite get up to the £200 mark. So as you can see, the figures there on the right, so 5 spins left, as you can see, so total of $160.40 so far. That's the win. That's in the yellow. The white figures to the right of that, that's what I already had in the machine, so I had $22 of my own money in there, so I'll be taking out about $180, $190 when this happens. And this is always a good spot to end the night. This was my first night at the Sunset Station, so I decided to have a bit of a gamble and then go to bed. Again, I'd already slept for a bit after the plane ride. This was probably about 4 in the morning, in fairness, but my body clock was all to cock, as you can understand. So there we go. That was the total win, was $160.45. A pretty successful first night gambling, and there we go. It makes a bit of a drama out of it. 161 free spins I had. It was a very enjoyable first bonus that I had at the Sunset Station on our first night, second morning. So lovely to be back in Las Vegas. Quite a nice first day, relaxing first day. This is the first, hopefully, of 6 videos that you'll see over the next few days. I hope you will find them of interest. Thanks for watching as ever, and I'll see you again soon. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, then please consider subscribing to this channel. Also, I'd be very grateful if you could like this video and hit that notification bell. If you do that, you'll continue to receive lots more rubbish just like this.